My Kinsman Major Molinex by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Summary. It was 9 o'clock on a moonlit evening that a young man of 18 dropped out of a boat at the ferry and walked towards the town. He saw an old man with a wig and a white skirted coat holding a skirt. The young man, whose name was Robin, asked him, "Good on it, sir. I pray you tell me whereabout is the dwelling of my kinsman Major Molinex." So, this is the introduction of the story where we can see a gentleman named Robin enters the ferry and asks an old man about the address of Major Molinex. The old man was provoked by the freedom shown by the stranger and said in an angry voice, interrupted by two hymns, that he did not know the man, but would bring him to be put under the stock for the offense. Two barbers who looked out of the shop broke into a laughter. So the old man didn't like his freedom, like the freedom that was taken by a stranger, and in an angry voice he said to him that if he comes to him again, he will put him under the stocks. So better go away from him. Two barbers who were sitting inside the shop heard all these things and they were laughing at Robin. So Robin walked towards the narrow street on the water side and came to an inn where a few people were at supper. The innkeeper greeted him in polite terms and asked what he wanted for supper. All the people looked at the country lad with his worn three-cornered hat, grey coat, leather breeches and blue yarn stockings, and their wallets on his back and leaning on an oaken gudgeon. So this was the characteristics of Robin. So he has a three-cornered hat, a grey coat, a leather breeches and blue yarn stockings, and all these things are about the description of Robin. Then Robin told the innkeeper that he would favor him with some purchase when he comes into his money, but his present purpose was to find out the dwelling of his kinsman Major Molinex. So Robin was in search of Major Molinex now. Instead of an answer to his enquiry, Robin received a warning to run away lest he would be caught for the servant boy whose picture was lying in the inn as an advertisement. The runaway boy had the same dress, a grey coat, leather breeches, Master's third best hat. So the innkeeper told Robin to better run away, otherwise Robin will be caught as a servant boy who had run away from the same place. So while hearing all these things, like Robin got frightened and Robin has gone away from that place. So Robin felt a great impulse to beat the innkeeper with his cudgel, but being a shrewd man, he left the place soon. Robin now entered a spacious street with lofty houses on each side and a steepled house rising above at same distance. Many gentlemen were seen walking along, whose faces Robin observed, keenly hoping to find his kinsman among them. So Robin was in search of Major Molinex. No one answered his image of his kinsman. He retraced the road on the other side. At another corner he saw the old gentleman with whom he had the quarrel and turned around the corner. There was a row of ill-built houses, on one of which had a half-open door, and he saw a woman's garment within. He came near and saw the woman's petticoat and her eyes looking from behind the door. When she saw Robin approaching, she opened the door. He repeated his inquiry. "My sweet, pretty mistress, will you be kind enough to tell me whereabouts I must seek the dwelling of my kinsman Major Molinex?" So he asked the lady about Major Molinex. She was a dainty little figure with a wide neck and slender waist. So all these are the characteristics of the lady that Robin has seen in the house. And Major Molinex tells here. So the reply of the lady was like this. She says that Major Molinex is here, but he had been abed more than an hour and he would not wake up for he had such a strong drink, but he was a kind man. So she says that Major Molinex is sleeping right now. She flattered the boy that he had the true resemblance of his kinsman, the same hat, the same leather coat. She invited Robin to come in. She held him by the hand, and just when Robin was about to pass the threshold, the opening of a door in the neighborhood startled the pretty woman. The major's housekeeper, and leaving the major's kinsman, ran into her own house. So this girl was flattering Robin with so many pretty and sweet words. So Robin was going to fall for her, just from the second she heard a door opening from the neighborhood, and she just ran inside her home. The noise of the yarn was followed by the appearance of an old man with a stick in his hand. He gave a harsh warning. "Home, vagabond, home, or we will set you in the stocks by peep of day." The young man firing the question about his kinsman at the stranger, and without a reply, the man vanished. So actually, Robin has gone to a brothel house. So the lady was a prostitute, and after knowing all these things, Robin vanished from that place. A tutor came from a window around and beckoned to him. Steps were heard coming down. It was a woman who passed for the major's housekeeper. Sensing that she was a prostitute, Robin fled away. Robin moved on and came near a church. A muffled stranger crossed his way. He held his girdle in front of the man and forced him to answer him. The man revealed his face. He was a man with the shaggy eyebrows and broad hooked nose that he had seen in the inn. But there was a change now. One side of his face was red, the other black. His mouth extended from ear to ear with black or red in contrast to the cheeks. So this is the characteristics of the man who the Robin has met in the inn. So finally Robin has came near a church, and there he saw a stranger who was there at the inn, and here Robin had a great view of his face, and the man has a shaggy eyebrows, a broad hooked nose, and what's the main peculiarity of this man is that one side of his face was red and the other side was black. His mouth extended from ear to ear with black or red in contrast to the cheeks. Robin repeated the question with determination, and he got the answer. "Watch here an hour and Major Molinex will pass by." He was out of sight in a moment. Robin sat on the step of the church to spend the 1 hour. There was a big mansion opposite to the church. He wondered whether his kinsman occupied it. Then he looked into the distance and heard strange voices. He remembered his family, his mother, his sister, and all those were there in his family. He came near them, but the house was closed. It was a dream. As Robin sat there, a gentleman passed by. He came near Robin, asked what help he wanted. Robin told him of the purpose of his visit and asked whether there was really a Major Molinex in the place. The man replied that there was such a person. So Robin was like dreaming for the first few minutes, and when he has waken up from his dream, he saw a stranger man was there behind him. So he asked the stranger man about Major Molinex, and the man replied that yes, there was a man named Major Molinex living in that town. So Robin told him that Major Molinex was his father's cousin. He was childless and had promised to help one of his 2 sons. It was in answer to that promise that Robin made his present adventure. So Robin was here to take the possessions that a Major Molinex had. Major Molinex was his father's cousin. So Robin is here to take the help of Major Molinex that he has offered. Robin told him that a stranger looking man had asked him to wait for an hour to see Major Molinex pass the way. The gentleman assured him that the stranger's word could be trusted. The gentleman sat beside him to witness the meeting. Before long, he heard a wild uproar. Several people were shouting. Then they saw several people coming quickly. So these two people, like Robin and the stranger man, were waiting for Major Molinex. And while they are waiting, they heard several people shouting and they saw people coming quickly. A big procession approached with sound of wind instruments. A single horseman led them. The multitude followed. Robin saw the face of the horseman with red and black color on either cheeks. The man looked sharply into Robin's eyes. The procession came to a halt. An uncovered cart halted in front. The torches blazed. There in tar and feathery dignity sat his kinsman Molinex. He was an elderly man, a large and majestic person, but his face was pale as death. He was in a great agony. He looked into Robin's face. They recognized each other in the midst of pity and terror. Robin saw the lantern bearer, the innkeeper, the woman in scarlet petticoat, and the man who hemmed as he talked. In the balcony of the opposite edifice were seen the old gentleman wrapped in white gown. The barbers, the people in the inn were all there laughing. The procession moved forward, laughing and shouting. Robin also shouted. When the procession had gone, the gentleman who sat by Robin asked him, "Well, Robin, are you dreaming?" Walking from his trance, Robin asked the gentleman to show him the way to the ferry. The gentleman told him that he could spend a few more days in the town before leaving if he preferred to remain. As he is a shrewd youth, he can prosper here without the help of his kinsman Major Molinex. So when Robin arrived there, the scene that has witnessed by Robin is terrible. All the townspeople tortured him, that he has become pale as death, and all his wealth, all the glory has lost. And what Robin found at the end is that he should prosper by himself. He should not ask for the help of others. And at last, Robin is going to try his luck whether he can make a fortune in the city without the assistance of a kinsman. So that's how the story ends. The story tells us to focus on ourselves, do not ask for others' help, and if we have a strong vision and ambition, then we can surely get success without others' help. The story also has another depiction, that is, the story is a romance. It holds a picture of life that is in a fantasy mode, that is not real. It is meant to reveal the treachery of the world in which we live. One thing that we should keep in our mind is that this story is not real. This story is all about fantasy or imagination about our life. It is represented as a romance, and it is only a world of imagination, not of real life.